When you are looking for a new job, your resume, your technology skills, maybe organizational skills, or even your knowledge of your industry are not the most important thing you need to get that job. The most important skill that you need is your understanding of yourself and your ability to communicate about it. So my name is Maryann Lombardi. I am a career coach and the founder of Find Your Fit. And in today's video, we are going to talk about why understanding yourself is the most important skill you need to access the hidden job market. How to identify your unique value as an employee, quantify your impact that you deliver, and how to leverage all of that to get your next job. Whew, that's a lot for one video, but we're going to do it. Let's get started. Your ability to talk about yourself and the impact you deliver with your network is how you are going to get that next job. Your understanding of yourself makes that possible. When we're looking for a job, it is our job as the potential employee to paint the picture for who we're networking with, or for that potential employer, how having us on their team makes their lives, makes their company better. Don't expect them to know if you don't tell them. You want future employers to understand, to be able to imagine how having you on their team will help solve their problem. You want it to be clear what you bring to the table. So when an opportunity comes up, your network is going to say, oh my God, you know who would be great for that? You, right? Why? Why do they know that? Because they know who you are. They know the impact that you deliver because you've been clear in talking about it and telling them. So to paint that picture, you need to know how kick-ass you are at your job. And you need to know what data illustrates that. In essence, how do you prove that you're a rock star? So how to identify your unique value as an employee? Let's talk about that first. And foremost, when we talk about understanding your value as an employee, we are not talking about your value as a person. Let's be clear about that. Your value to your employer has nothing to do with your value as a person. How much you produce, amount of friends or followers you have, or the money you earn, raise, or make a company, none of it has anything to do with your personal value. You are valuable because you are here, because you grace us with your beautiful, awesome, and flawed presence, like all of us, right? That's it. Cut, print, done. The value you bring your employer is a different conversation. This value is made up of the skills you excel at and the impact that you deliver. So let's talk about those skills, right? We're often talking about hard and soft skills. Hard skills are your technical skills. These are the things you've learned on the job or through formal education or training. So for example, those can be your language skills, coding, SEO optimization, certain platforms like technologies, data analytics, that kind of stuff. Soft skills reflect your personality traits, your habits, your mindset. They affect how you work and interact with your team and also the company culture. So for example, communications, teamwork, collaboration, adaptability, leadership, problem solving, right? Like all those are soft skills. So your soft skills can actually be more valuable to your employer than those hard skills because a lot of the technical skills can be taught faster and easier, but soft skills, the interpersonal abilities, are much harder to learn. So while the hard skills are important, don't stress about not having all of the right exact technical skills for your job because you probably don't need another certification or some skill to make you more marketable. That time would be better spent nurturing your network because in most cases, if you're right for a job, your employer is going to train you with any of the specific skills you don't have. All right? So those hard and soft skills are what you use to create your impact for your employer. Once you know the skills you use, now you can quantify the impact that you deliver. So your impact is the change that you deliver for your employer. It is the results of your actions at work. That change that you deliver takes advantage of your unique skills, expertise, and experience to produce for the people, the organization, or the community that you work for or serve. So you need to understand the impact you deliver so you can tell your story to somebody. Right? You're going to need to support that story with quantitative and qualitative data. So you can start to quantify that change by counting stuff, right? It doesn't have to be complicated. For instance, how many people do you serve? How much money have you helped raise? How many people have you hired? Projects that you have managed? Proposals complete? Events, staff, or volunteers managed, right? You get that? Start by counting anything that you can think of. And usually employers will have these determined some kind of measure of success, or their job will have KPIs, key performance indicators, that you have to meet. And so some of those quantitative data is going to be designed for you, right? But you should also choose for yourself how you determine success, not just how your employer does. For example, your job might have a KPI to increase profit by X amount, to make sure you add that to your quantitative impacts, right? And you can say that you work with the company, your work with the company has helped increase the profits by X amount, right? That's great. But maybe once you got there, you discovered that one of the reasons they were slow to increase their profits and struggling was because employee turnover was so high. So maybe you also worked with HR to reduce turnover. So track that. Even though it's not part of your KPI, track that the work that you did had an impact. So for example, that you worked with HR to reduce turnover by X%, which helped you reach that profit goal. Do you see how that works? This data helps illustrate, it helps prove the impact, that change that you deliver for your company. The other side of impact is qualitative. These are the stories about how your work has impacted other people. For example, the kind of feedback you've received from customers. It could be how you make a team feel supported or empowered to do their best work. Okay? And you can measure qualitative impact through surveys, through meeting minutes, testimonials, feedback from supervisors or peers. And you can also use imagery, right? You can take photos or pictures or some kind of visual representation of your work. So both these quantitative and qualitative measurements are going to help you craft the story of your impact so you can clearly communicate about the results you deliver at work. So, why does all this matter? Why does it matter? Because, remember, your network, your visibility, and the consistency with how you talk about yourself and the impact you deliver is how you are going to get that next job. Your network can't help you if they don't know who you are, what you do, and yes, the impact you deliver. Remember, it's your job to paint that picture for them and to do it consistently. The more you talk about, write about, get into conversations about your area of expertise, and you are able to showcase your skills and that impact, the more leaders are going to notice you and the more doors that are going to open. Also, the more you understand yourself, the value you bring to an organization, the easier it's going to be to spot opportunities that you're right for. So, to recap, understanding yourself is the most important skill you need to access the hidden job market. And it's your job to paint that picture for your network, hiring managers, leaders, anybody who's looking for support. The more you know about yourself and your impact, the easier it will be to find your dream job. So, thank you for being here, for watching. Subscribe to my channel, learn how you can land your dream job, and so much more. And I'm going to see you in the next video.